Okay, great morning, everyone. Let's go ahead and do an open read and just see if we can figure out what it's pointing to today. I can tell you one thing. Every court case Trump has lost, and continues to lose. And then now some of the judges are getting fed up with his so-called lawyers. They may wind up losing law licenses, especially the ones that are going in the deportation scheme, trying to defend that. But let's look and see what the cards are going to point to today. Go ahead and pull. Got two cards there, so I guess they're coming out together today. Pull the 18 cards and we'll just see what they have to say. See if we can figure this out together. Well, I'm sitting here and I'm going to wait for a call from the dealership to go down and pick up the Camry. So one good news is that I talked with the master mechanic, said that it may not have a transmission leak at all, which I think is the case because being out in my garage, I didn't see any kind of transmission fluid whatsoever, which is a reddish color. Just all I saw out there is that oil, regular oil. So he said it might just be oil from the oil pan that leaked out there and was sitting on there, making it look like there's a leak. Now, I don't know how they couldn't tell the difference between motor oil and transmission fluid. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to look at that when I go down there. I want to look at the transmission fluid. And if the fluid looks good, it's not low, okay, and it's not heavily discolored, then there is nothing wrong with the transmission. And the transmission, like I said, it's as strong as the day I got it. So no, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, underneath all of this is about action, the action that's being purposefully done, okay? Controlling the action. It's about controlling the action. Now let's look and see if we can figure this out. Oh, pushback, rest, okay? Pushback when it comes to Musk and Trump being out in the cold, okay? So looking at absolute action, and now this pushback, this rest when it comes to the things and out in the cold. Now, I think this probably will have to do with Musk and the Doge and all of that drama. Could be, but let's look and see, because the energy coming into it is the big burden. When it comes to the dark government, yeah, Musk, the dark government, out in the cold when it comes to creating that new path. So what's going on today? We have strength, strengthening, a message. The message coming out, concrete message or money message about the harvest. Yeah, not liking the harvest. So, yeah, I would say something to do today with Musk, Doge, those types of things, because the bottom Foundation is out in the cold with a new path when it comes to the harvest of all of these are pentacles, monetary. So the challenge is what's being overturned when it comes to his abuses and this standing guard. Okay. Putting up some defense, standing guard, potential outcome. The lid is off. A tower moment when it comes to his abuses and this loss. A loss coming. And extra information about the manipulation. This hand in hand working together when it comes to the White House. It looks like Musk is on the outs. Okay, the White House is done with him. Yeah, it's looking like he did not do what he was supposed to do, what he was crowing he was going to be able to do. That didn't happen. And so it's about the action that was put into place, manipulation, working together with the White House. Okay, so if we look at this, the foundation is out in the cold when it comes to the new path, money path, not liking the harvest, defending these against these losses when it comes to the White House drama. Okay, and we go across the center. It's Musk, the dark government, the message about money, the abuses of power, the tower moment when it comes to working together. Okay, so a crash and burn time. Above it, these things are in pushback. The rest, the burden that this is feeling, the strength of what's been overturned, and the lid is off on the manipulation that this guy tried to do. So we know that the courts are having a lot of pushback on this. The Doge, you cannot just overrun things like this. So let's go ahead and break this down. So we've got that rest, this pushback, the lid is off on the losses, and being out in the cold when it comes to that. The very center of this is the message about the money, the dark government's abuses, okay? The burden and defending things now. When it comes to the new path that he's trying to create with that, that's been overturned, hung upside down. And again, they're looking at the strength of not liking the harvest. So surrounding the dark government when it comes to Musk's messages, the feeling the absolute difficulty, the burden of the new path, the rest when it comes to the harvest. In other words, they're saying you cannot go in there and do any of this, and strengthening this being out in the cold when it comes to the government doing this. The abuse of power when it comes to his message, it's a tower moment for him. The strength of these abuses, the loss being felt. When it comes to not liking the harvest, the lid is off on it, and overturning his abuses with standing guard. Okay? So the courts have done all the pushback on Musk, and Trumpenstein is not happy with him. Okay, he is definitely on the out with this. So let's do the clarifying read and just see what else it has to do. But yeah, I'm secure this one is about Musk and the Doge and all of that stuff happening. So let's do the clarifying and we'll look and see. Okay, so at the center of it, he's out in the cold when it comes to the handouts. Okay. Oops. Got cards flying out here. Going into it, we have this charging forward for truth, the fight for truth when it came to him with the handout. And it's a tower moment. Crash and burn time. Okay. Rapid truth. When it comes to these being out in the cold, there's a victory. When it comes to overturning, seeing it from a different viewpoint, and the gates are opening, figuring out about the next action they're going to take. This is about the choices being made in life. And we've got the evidence about the payoffs, the payouts. Out in the cold with the payouts, figuring out what they're going to do next. Again, the charging forward for the truth when it comes to the victory about the choices this guy's made in life. They've got the evidence in hand, overturning this, and it is a tower moment. So there will be new messages coming out, a new information rapidly coming, because we're looking for the relief from this dark entity of drama that they've tried to do. And there are investigations, more investigations are taking place. So it looks like, his time has ended, and it's not going to bode well, because center of it is investigations. Underneath of all of it are the investigations that are going to continue. When it comes to the payouts, out in the cold, figuring out the next move, wanting relief, and the messages are coming out. And again, they've got the evidence to overturn this stuff. It's a tower moment. When it comes to their dark failings, rapidly, this is moving. So, just Trump in every court case is facing loss after loss after loss after loss. They're shutting down the ability for Doge to be able to go out there and do all the things they're doing. And there may be repercussions coming for Musk. We'll have to wait and see if they, in fact, bring some charges against Musk. I'll pull 3 cards and just see what it says with that about charges. Will there be charges coming down from Musk, other consequences? More than he's just losing his shirt. Well, it comes to the wealth, okay? The position of wealth, judgment. Keep getting that with all of these things. Judgment is coming down on these guys as things are being seen, So starting to look at it, it's not quite clear yet. When it comes to his wealth and the judgment. But we know that Tesla is tanking. Judgment is coming across the world when it comes to dealing with Musk. People are shutting down his company time and time again. So we know that judgment is coming out. But whether there will be actual cases in court, we'll have to wait and see if it comes out with that. I didn't get the court card on this. I did get the judgment card when it comes to his financial happenings and things. And I think that they're just going to start shutting him down time and time again when it comes to dealing with any of his products. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.